is life-changing. As words become increasingly weaponized and politicized in our community and in our country, sometimes it's easier not. Listening is an act of generosity, a sign of respect. When we listen actively, we surrender our own assumptions and notions to make space for the ideas of another. In times of turmoil, listening is the only way forward. Thank you for listening to KBLA Talk 1580. Talk 1580.
Finally got a chance to leave the CPT. Off to other cities to trip. No longer just an underground hit. Moving things. A local brother made good. I made a name up of making tapes for homies in the hood. And now, let me tell a little story about the places that I've been to and the things that I've been through. Like fighting and shootouts and banging and trips. All because I came out with a hit. Check it. 1991. While everybody else was smoking a split, I was thinking of the funky.
I love DJ. DJ, when are we going to get, like, that was the only thing that was missing from the Super Bowl, and I know why, you know what I'm saying, but, like, if we could have just snuck DJ Quick with a turn, maybe if he was the DJ of the whole thing, you know, that would have been dope, you know, it was special against DJ Quick, you know what I'm saying, like, if it's somebody who deserves his flowers, it's DJ Quick, who's been doing it for so long. DJ, you know what, let's even go a step further. DJ Quick, Too Short, E. Fonzarelli.
E40, baby.
Who else deserves it?
Corrupt Daz.
I don't know if Corrupt Daz.
I'm just listing West Coast. Warren G, Corrupt, Daz.
Sugar Free.
Sugar Free, who just got married not too long ago, which is the weirdest thing seeing him.
So he can give about her.
You know, he found him.
You guys fill in those blanks.
Listen, Sugar Free found him one. You know what I'm saying? It's very interesting watching his. He reminds me of Northern California so much.
Yeah,
he's just
all NoCal.
Got that whole Northern California vibe. But yeah, DJ Quick deserves his flowers. DJ Quick, Mac Dre deserves some love. Yeah, E40. You know, who else? Yeah, I think E40.
What's T-Boss's ex-husband's name?
Mac 10.
I
don't know. So you got Tears. You know what I'm saying?
Inglewood specifically. Yeah, you could throw Mac 10 up on there.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, they all deserve love. You know, I don't want to get misconstrued here. I don't want nobody to come up here shooting at me. Okay. You all deserve love, but there's some people who influence the game that you got. Like here's how I look at it. Ice Cube deserves his flower, but Dub C and Mac 10 won the Ice Cube. E40 deserves his flowers. DJ Quick deserves his flowers. You know what I'm saying? Corrupt and Nate Dogg, they deserve, and Warren G, they deserve flowers too, but they were under, who were they under? Was it Snoop? Snoop and Death Row, you know what I'm saying? You know, but there's certain people who influence music in such a way, and there were some people who just made you jam to the music they put out. DJ Quick influenced music. E40 influenced me. I mean, E40 created a whole new language.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he did.
I always say this about DJ Quick and his production. Outside of Dr. Dre and his production, when you think about the West Coast sound, DJ Quick epitomizes it.
Yeah, absolutely. Were they using a playbook from the 1900s against Kyrie Irving and Kanye West? Let me see if I can just fast forward this just a little bit, because these are some Hebrew Israelites on the podcast, so I don't want to get too much into them. But listen to this old video they play that this guy's talking about, which is very interesting. He's talking about how I think he's talking about the communists, because there used to be an American Communist Party, how when they wanted to denigrate you in the media, what they would do.
Play it again.
In 1943, the following directive was issued from party headquarters to all communists in the United States.
And I don't know what party headquarters was. I don't know if that was the American Communist Party or the Russian Communist Party, the Soviet Union. Because what he's about to explain to you right now is exactly what's happening today, but that's also Soviet psychological warfare that's really going on. Get everybody fighting themselves so we don't have to fight you. And you collapse the country from the inside. So here we go.
1943, the following directive was issued from party headquarters to all communists in the United States. It read, When certain obstructionists become too irritating, label them after suitable build-ups as fascist or Nazi or anti-Semitic. To discredit them. In the public mind, constantly associate those who oppose us with those names which already have a bad smell. The association will, after enough repetition, become fact in the public mind.
So let's label you anti-Semitic. Let's label you anti-Semitic. Let's label you anti-Semitic. Let's just keep pushing that narrative out there, and eventually, you push it enough, that propaganda will stick in people's minds.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, which is, I'm like, whoa. Are we experiencing this now?
Can I ask you both? Do you feel that there's just a lot? Maybe it's just me being ignorant and not paying attention, but I've just been feeling lately, especially since Trump was in office, just this really big, horrendous focus on this big racial divide and people being assaulted, based on their race, or, people being misunderstood if they said something. Have you noticed? Because I remember the 80s and 90s, there was definitely some race issues, but I feel like it's more extreme now, or is it just me? I don't know. I remember in the 80s and 90s feeling certain things, feeling certain ways about the way I was treated, going into places, but now it's really, I just have a hard time believing we've gotten so far. It feels like we're taking a step back.
I think it was always there. Trump gave permission.
He gave permission.
He gave permission again to, be very overtly racist, out loud and proud, and that permission was like, finally, I can, everything buried deep down in these southern states of, I can say what I've been thinking and what our tables look like, what our dinner tables look like when we're watching the news. But it also, like, social media.
Yeah,
social media has given a whole lot of people voices that, they can sit on their platforms and speak about whatever, and sit behind their computers, and say whatever they want to say. It's very cowardly.
It is.
Well, yeah, but everybody's what they call a keyboard gangster.
Yeah.
Let me beat you up online. And that's because there's no consequence to it at the end of the day. And then on top of that, you're finding like-minded individuals who like to be bullies, who like to echo the same sentiments that you like, and you're finding colleagues online that reinforce the beliefs in you because, like, oh my God, you feel the same way I feel.
Or, messages, commercials. You have to remember that when you go to the Midwest, you get a whole new set of commercials.
I forget about that.
You get a whole new narrative
of
how the world should look, because they, commercials tend to push to how that world looks. So if you're living in Montana, the majority of your commercials are not diverse. You're not looking at a bunch of diversity. You're not looking at a bunch of things. They reflect your world.
Even here, though. I mean, you look at TV, local TV here in Los Angeles. It's predominantly Latino.
Yeah.
Then you got white, and then Asian. Those are the major selling points, and that's all over the TV. And then occasionally you'll get the interracial couple. It'll be the black woman with the white man now. It used to be the black man, but now it's the black woman with the white man.
I've seen a lot of that. Or
the ambiguous man.
Also, why are they steering away from fully black couples altogether? I'm like, how come you never see two black people anymore?
Very, very
Godfrey talked about this. I don't know why they're doing it, other than that they're trying to reach an economic social status with the interracial couple, because they may be doing economically better than the traditional black couple might be, because, the woman may be making decent money and the white man might be making decent money. Because they don't really cater to us. They cater to us for certain things, but not other things.
Right.
So it may be that they've done research and found that maybe the interracial couples, when it comes to black woman, white man, are a little bit more wealthy, and let's start reaching out to them with our products.
Wow.
Do you ever feel a certain way when you see like a black celebrity or player, and when you see the wife, and the wife is blonde with the big box boobs.
Little piece of me dies, just a little bit.
Do you feel a certain way, like why? Like why is this going on?
Listen, you love who you love.
I understand that,
but
they all do it. It's not like
a little piece of me is like, you had a choice, and that's what you chose. That's your woman. Okay, all right.
And I'm going to stick beside her.
You're going to stick beside her. That's your woman.
Stick beside her.
And you're going to stick beside her. That's what you do. Yeah. Yes, Andy.
That's how I feel about Eve.
Yeah, well,
I was surprised.
Serena.
No, Eve took the money and ran. Eve took the money. Well, Serena didn't need the money, so she's, I'm assuming, in it for love. But you know, but you got to look at Serena dated so many black men.
She tried hard.
She tried hard.
And
I can't listen.
And she dated all the black guys.
All of them. Drake, Common.
Everybody. She said equal opportunity black men.
And then the next thing you know, it's like she found happiness in a white man, which
loved her like she didn't even know love existed.
I think I did see this idiot doctor on Instagram. Let me see if I can find his name. His name is Dr. Tart.
Eve, I miss Eve as a rapper though. I'm not gonna lie. When she was on this TV show Queen, and I heard her Queens, which I'm sad got canceled, and just hearing her rap again took me right back to the 90s. I was like, oh my god, because she's just so dope.
Yeah,
she's her flow has always been one of the dopest female rappers ever. She's like almost reminds me of. I guess it reminds me of, but for me, she's up there with like Queen Latifah.
Now, this is Dr. Tart, which irritated me. He says 2/3 of divorces are now initiated by wives.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, but they've always been. They're always initiated by wives.
Yeah, beaten wives.
The more unhappy,
cheated on wives.
The more unhappy party usually initiates breakup. It's time for, and this is where we start. It's time for men to improve their relationship skills and change faster.
Yes.
Being rationally incompetent will hurt you. No, relationally incompetent will hurt you. The days where man can afford to be relationally incompetent and the weak link in relationships. And what do I mean by relationally incompetent? Unable to communicate, refuse to get counseling, narcissistic, expect the spouse to stay inconsistent, unable to express raw emotions yet act out repeatedly, unable to create mutual happiness in a relationship, shuts down versus speaking up to resolve conflict. Okay, this is not about shaming my brothers. I don't know. It sounds like you're shaming us.
You guys just don't do as much work.
It's about, I've done 10,000 hours of therapy.
I'm not talking about you, Don.
You said you guys.
I'm not talking about you specifically, but it's shown that black men just don't put a lot of effort into learning women and investing in the relationship. A lot of men really feel like if I go to work every day and bring home money, that's it. That's all I got to do.
That's enough. I could say
that's it.
I could say the same thing for you women too.
That's not true. Women are always more.
I could say the same women
for
you women.
And we want the connection, and we want to make sure we're all staying on the same page. Women are always doing that work.
No, you're always nitpicking men for not being what you want them to be and not really understanding who men are. And if you did more of that, maybe you would be running to go get a divorce every 5 seconds.
Do you know that that's Don? He always says the same line over and over and over. Yeah. Nitpicking us men. You guys nitpick us women. Constantly.
Your man can't even be in the kitchen. He's thirsty. Dying of thirst. Please, just let me get some water. I don't know what to do.
What would you guys do without us women?
I'm drinking
nothing.
I'm drinking out of the cat bowl right now. The cats have no water either. I just need them.
You know what I wish you guys watched? This Love is Blind TV show.
Okay, tell me. I just heard about it for the first time yesterday, and they said all over Twitter that I guess the season finale or whatever it was
just came out.
Was it really good?
Because it's not really good. It's trash TV, but you get sucked in because you're just like, it's this
trash.
It is trash TV because some of these people are just totally not ready for relationships at all. Let alone a blind marriage.
Yeah.
You know. But you watch people. You're watching the same characters. You're watching the same storyline. You're watching the way the editing unfolds it to everybody. But still, split across the board. Who's at fault? Who's the narcissist? Who's the this? I was talking, to some friends on Facebook today, and I was like, wow, you guys thought she was the problem. I thought it was the dude who was the problem. Like, it's so crazy.
All right, we're going to check with TK, who's going to let us know from the Jasmine brand, let us know what's happening. JRC phone call, so hang tight. Let us know what's happening in Hollywood and out in entertainment when we come forward. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
We may be LA's newest talk station, but when you're punching above your weight, it's not about whether you can throw a punch. Can you take a punch? We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. And we don't black down.
Did you know the life expectancy for Black Californians is 6 years less than the state average? Results from the Listening to Black Californians research study shows the obstacles many of us face in getting quality health care. Join us as we talk with lead researcher Shakari Byerly and California Healthcare Foundation Senior Program Officer Catherine Haynes. Tune in Tuesday, November 15th at 8 a.m. to First Things First to learn more about the results and how to advocate for your needs.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Maisha Cairo here with Don Kennedy at JP Morgan Chase's Advancing Black Wealth Tour. They're here to promote generational wealth building in Black communities. He is an independent rapper and the owner of OPM record label. Don Kennedy, why do you find it important to be here today at this event with Chase?
For me, we've been having a lot of conversations with them, and been giving me a lot of feedback that I felt like needed to be shared, and if people heard it, they would take to the information and it would help them on their quest to be homeowners and just better off financially across the board. They like my perspective, and being an artist and somebody that people knew that was born and raised in LA, people older and like bank managers could kind of be a little intimidating, I guess, to everyday people, especially that have never purchased a home. So just the angle of me being able to communicate it and make the story real, I guess for the younger people, it was a great opportunity, and I didn't want to pass them.
That's awesome. So answer me this. Why is it important for companies like Chase to promote generational wealth in Black and brown communities?
Keep it real. They make a lot of money off the Black and brown communities. I look at it like it's a great responsibility for them to take on, to want to share some knowledge and some facts and try to put more people in homes, and give them a shot at and a chance at generational wealth. I think it's beneficial to both parties,
I'm Maisha Cairo, and that was Don Kennedy. Stay tuned for more tips from Chase's Advancing Black Wealth Tour.
Leaving things half done? Not a good look. Like a half-done hairdo.
All done.
Shouldn't the curls be on both sides? A half-baked peach cobbler.
A gummy crust? I don't think so.
Or a half of a domino.
Damn, big six.
But where's the other half? Don't go half. Your immunity to COVID-19. Stay up to date with your vaccines and boosters. Visit myturn.ca.gov to find one near you. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
It's Pro Time, which means at Lowe's, you're invited to enjoy a Lowe's Pro Happy Hour. Kick back with free Pepsi Cola drinks and Frito-Lay snacks. Plus, earn 3 times bonus points per dollar on purchases of select Pepsi products. Come into Lowe's and get the full MVP treatment at Pro Happy Hour on November 17th from 2 to 5 p.m. While supplies last. Bonus points offer valid 10/27 through 12/8. Calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any. See Lowes.com/L/pro loyalty terms.
Sparkly and shiny and bold and bright. And this holiday season, Ulta Beauty has something for everyone on your list, even you. Because our kind of holiday is you having your kind of holiday with incredible must-haves like the Dyson hairdryer and a new limited edition blue, shimmery palettes from Morphe and Tarte, plus fragrances from Ariana Grande and more. So revel in that holiday bliss. Head to your local Ulta Beauty or buy online and pick up in store. Ulta Beauty. The possibilities are beautiful.
Find a righteous range, and don't be afraid to say what you see. For KBLA Talk 1580.
TK's bringing you that heat. The latest news, gossip, and all that.
All right, let's get to TK from the Jasmine brand, WWE, and a hit show that I got her a job on in Hollywood that we can't mention because it's so... Hi, TK, my apprentice, worshiper, how's everything going in the land that I've created for you?
I don't know about the worship part. There's only one God. But other than that, everything is great.
Call me Yahweh. That's what they do. Yahweh. Oh my God! Hold on. Now my girlfriend's mad at me. What did I say? Don, you never say anything valuable about women. You just complain. Makes me feel worthless. What did I do? What did I say? What did I say? Did I just say something?
I don't know. I don't
Run
know.
the tape back.
Yeah, run it back.
What she said.
The tape's not working right now.
I don't know.
The tape's not working.
Oh, you can't run it back for you,
The tape's not working right now. I'm sorry. The tape's not working. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at you two.
Interesting. How convenient.
Anyway.
I'm looking at the tape. You want me to run it back?
Yeah, not on your phone. I don't want to waste your battery. What's going on, TK?
Well, maybe, it's a possibility you can treat your girlfriend how Nick Cannon is treating his mother of his children.
I don't know listen, I don't know what's going on with this guy. I'm starting to speculate he's either dying, you know what I'm saying, or he's made a pact with these women that he's going to leave all of his money to his kids, and that's why they're going along with it.
Oh, Nick Cannon?
He's baby number 12.
He's very sick, though. Nick Cannon has,
he's got lupus.
Oh,
yeah, but
he's been, hospitalized for that several times.
Really?
So maybe his mentality is I'm going to populate and just leave as much of my seed as possible because he may not live to.
Well, I think what I think what he's trying to do is biblical. I think you need to look at it through that lens. I think what he's trying to do is build a nation. All right, and this is how it starts. You don't get it?
No, I understand.
Yeah.
I just don't know that it's cool. But if he's got the money for it, and you know what I never hear? Any of the women complaining.
No, I don't.
And they're not because
they're all well taken care of. They never come out and say he's trash. He's the worst baby daddy ever. None of them.
And they continue to keep sleeping with him and creating babies.
More. Yeah, they're not just having one by one person. The only one who got out was Mariah. Mariah said, "I'm not in it no more." No. But the rest of them were like, "Yeah." But
that was a different Nick Cannon back in the day. This is a different Nick Cannon, and I'm thinking he's trying to create a tribe, and I don't know. Maybe this tribe is going to run the country. Imagine, because he's setting these kids up for 30 years down the line. Or 20, 30 years from now, there's going to be a bunch of cannons running around here.
Yeah.
Bunch of mediocre, talented children running around here, on stage, rapping, wilding out, But they're going to be. They're going to be.
For the record, I think Nick Cannon is very talented.
No, he's a great entertainer.
He is a great entertainer.
Not a funny comedian, not a great rapper. He's a great entertainer, though.
He's a great entertainer.
I think he's funny.
No.
He had that one movie where he was a police officer. I forget the name of it. It was really funny.
Listen, when they handed out flowers, they gonna miss Nick Cannon.
Wow.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, no, I'm just speaking truth, and he's talented, very talented, and an amazing businessman, and a genius when it comes to creating shows.
There it is.
You know what I'm saying? His talent is in different areas. He's not a funny comedian. He's not a great rapper. He's not the best actor, but he's good at just good enough.
I think he's also really good at people.
Yes.
So he's able to bring people together, and those people collectively do exactly what he's not great at.
Yeah,
all those comedians he has on Wild 'N Out.
He's not good. He's not good on the radio either.
Oh.
Yeah.
So he's a people person.
But you know what?
That is a gift.
That's a gift, and on top of that, you don't have to be the greatest thing at everything you do. You just have to have the greatest people around you.
There it is.
That's all it is. And you know what?
And he's figured that out.
He's figured it out. He's smart as hell for it. He's like, I don't need to have one baby mama who's fine. I can have 12 baby mamas who all look good and have 20,000 kids. All right. I'm sorry about that, TK.
A lot of kissing cousins out there.
He welcomed baby number 12 with Abby De La Rosa. And that's going to be her third baby. So he had twins with her a year and a half ago, and then they just had a baby today or early in the morning. Also,
you got 3 kids with her?
Yeah, this is going to be their third child together.
Oh, my God. Wow.
So, total as far as child support, it's been estimated that he pays $3 million per year for all the children.
Oh, look at little Nicholas Cannon the 14th. Oh, it's okay, baby. It's okay. It's okay. Why did the chicken cross the road? To get the other side. Oh, it wasn't funny. I'm not funny. I'm sorry. All right.
What was that? I don't know.
That was Nick Cannon telling a joke to his child.
Oh.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
It wasn't funny.
I mean, I've seen.
What?
I've seen Nick Cannon stand up, and I'm a very avid watcher of stand up. Period. And I think it was actually his stand up, which I think came out maybe less than 10 years ago, but a while ago. It was actually pretty funny. I think different comedians and people who are funny resonate with different people. And at the end of the day, too, I mean, he could pretty much do whatever he wants and probably make more money than all of us put together.
Absolutely.
Kudos to him.
Listen, don't confuse my critique as hate. It's not. I'm very jealous of Nick Cannon.
Can I just tell you something real quick there online here? Mimi Davis from Florida, she said one of the women reportedly isn't happy, according to Instagram.
Oh, wow.
So maybe she's been posting something that... I thought there was one woman that had an issue, and it was reported a while ago. It was like maybe 2 babies' mamas ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Did Abby De La Rosa, didn't she work for like Real 92.3 or something like that, or Power 106?
Yes, she did.
Yeah. Was it Power 106?
It was Power.
Yeah, it was Real 92.
Oh, Real, okay. Know the name.
All right. Yeah, man. All right, what else is going on, TK?
Oh, goodness. Well, obviously sad news. Takeoff did pass away last week today in Atlanta. They closed down the whole stadium, so they had tickets for people who wanted to come and see. They sold out within minutes. Justin Bieber, Chloe Bailey, Yolanda Adams, Drake was in attendance. Their phones, everybody was taken away from them. It was a service, going home service. His family was there as well to thank everybody. But yeah, they closed down the stadium that the Atlanta Hawks play in for his celebration of the life of Takeoff.
Yeah, they said the tickets sold out quick, and he did the whole Nipsey Hussle tour around the city in Atlanta before they laid him to rest. Very sad situation that a young black man who wasn't even a loudmouth of the group just get popped and killed. Like it's like wait, there ain't no hope for us. You talk crap, you get killed. You don't talk crap, you get killed. It's like, ooh, it's horrible. All right, more of this conversation when we come forward. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
We don't try to be all things to all people. We just remain true to who we are. You're listening to KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Doug Davis, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. The use of racial slurs have been on the rise on Twitter since Elon Musk took over the social media company. Racial slurs used against black people were found more than 26,000 times, and 3 times the average for 2022. The race for Los Angeles mayor is now even tighter. Updated election results released Thursday show Karen Bass is catching up to Rick Caruso. His lead over Bass is now just 3,000 votes, down from 12,000 votes on Wednesday. About 1 million ballots remain uncounted across LA County. President Biden says the U.S. will help make a global transition to a low-carbon future as his administration makes large investments in climate initiatives. Speaking to the UN Climate Summit, Biden warned the world faces a pivotal moment in the fight against climate change. And that's the latest. I'm Doug Davis from the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
Good afternoon. We're starting to see those weekend getaway brake lights on our freeways already. If you're heading out of town on the northbound 15 through the Cajon Pass, we do have delays from the 215 merge up to Cleghorn Fire Road, and then again from Highway 395 all the way up to Palmdale Road. Southbound side also a bit rough from the 138 down to the 215 split. Building up out of Santa Monica and through the East LA interchange. From there on and off delays to West Covina. Eastbound 210's also heavy from Mountain Street all the way out to the 57 freeway.
Chris Cuomo is back with a new show on a new network. Catch Cuomo weeknights on News Nation at 5 and 8 p.m. Pacific. To find News Nation on your television provider, go to newsnationnow.com/join us.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
If the Brooklyn Nets keep Kyrie Irving's suspension at 5 games, he would be eligible to play against the Lakers Sunday night here in L.A. Irving needs to go through several steps, including sensitivity training, before the Nets feel he fully understands the impact of what he did. Irving was suspended on November 4th for supporting an anti-Semitic documentary on his Twitter page. Undefeated Jacksonville Jackson State is at home Saturday against Alabama A&M. Jackson State has the nation's #1 defense in Division I AA, allowing only 9.4 points per game. On behalf of all of us here at KBLA Talk 1580, a special salute to our veterans and military personnel. We thank you for your service and sacrifice for our country. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. This sports report was brought to you by MVP Accident Attorneys. When it comes to your settlement, we're slam dunk. Call 833-MVP-WINS or check their website for a free case review.
If you're the victim of a car accident, call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys. When it comes to getting the maximum compensation you deserve, our team hits it out of the park. Call 833-MVP-WINS for a free case review.
Call on me, your MVP.
Don't talk, just listen. Listening is life-changing. As words become increasingly weaponized and politicized in our community and in our country, sometimes it's easier not to listen. But charitable listening is an act of generosity, a sign of respect. When we listen actively, we surrender our own assumptions and notions to make space for the ideas of another. In times of turmoil, listening is the only way forward. Thank you for listening to KBLA Talk 1580. Talk 1580. Talk 1580. Listen.
Health is Wealth and Medicare and Covered California's open enrollment for medical insurance is here. RHJ Insurance Agency can help you find affordable rates and the plan that's just right for you and your family. Call 562-204-6120 for your free quote. Don't leave your health to chance. Open enrollment is here and affordable coverage is just a phone call away. Call 562-204-6120 for your free quote and get the coverage you need. Go to INS.com.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I'm asking about Prevnar 20 because there's a chance pneumococcal pneumonia could put me in the hospital. Age 65 or older, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I want to be able to keep my plans. So I'm asking my doctor about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
Roll out. The all-new Gardena Nissan is proud to be a partner of KBLA, and right now during their fall sales event, 0 down delivers any new or pre-owned car at Gardena Nissan. They're located conveniently on Redondo Beach Boulevard at Western Aim. They specialize in helping folks out who have no credit, bad credit, bankruptcies, or repos. The folks at Gardena Nissan can help you get into the car you need and deserve at a spectacular price. Visit them today or shop online at GardinaNissan.com. The all-new Gardena Nissan is proud to be a partner of KBLA, and right now during their fall sales event, 0 down delivers any new or pre-owned car at Gardena Nissan. For the best deals, log on to GardinaNissan.com. 0 down on approved credit. GardinaNissan.com. Roll out.
We're not for everybody, but we're for everybody. You're listening to KBLA Talk 1580.
Bringing you that heat. The latest news, gossip, and all that.
All right, let's get back to TK from Jasmine Brand, who's giving us all the juicy gossip and all the baby mamas. The mother of Nick Cannon's children. Is out there, $3 million payroll. Oh, man. It's very nice, man.
Where can I sign up? Can I sign up for that? I'll have your baby. I literally just want $1 million for forever.
Just $1 million?
Just $1 million. That's fine. Forever? Give me $1 million. I'll have your baby. It'll be cute too.
Okay.
It'll be cute.
Soup's cute.
All right. What else is going on, TK?
He likes them looking just like you. So.
Yeah.
Speaking of millions of dollars, Dr. Dre, he actually sold his house. He bought it for $4.8 million. This was the house that his ex-wife stayed in while they were going through that terrible divorce. So he sold the house for them out for 20 years. What were you gonna ask?
Oh no, okay, no. This wasn't the Brentwood home nor the Malibu home. They had a beach house, and then he built a Brentwood home, which is very beautiful. This was another house.
Pacific Coast Highway property.
Oh, maybe it was the beach house then. Yeah, maybe.
Well, from the description, is 9,000 square feet, 7 bedrooms, water views, private balcony, entire length of the home, a wet bar. So I've seen kind of this one that in his Instagram, but I don't know if it's that house that you were talking about. Yeah. And also has a spa and event parking space for a yacht.
See what chronic gets you?
Do we have a soundbite of the tiniest violin in the world?
Wow.
I see you having those type of homes. I really do.
Thank you.
I'm like, that's you. I see you having
a lot of hateration going on the other side of the table for Dr. Dre.
No, we love him. I just,
He lost his house.
One house of many.
Boo-hoo.
Well, he didn't lose it. He sold it.
So he got
money.
paid. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's hard.
Also sad for him.
No, he needs gas money.
I'm sure he's driving electric by now.
All right. Yeah.
Oh goodness!
Wouldn't it be amazing if Dr. Dre came up with the first car that ran on marijuana, like hemp? Yeah.
You got an idea there.
Thinking outside the box over here. Come on, get on that. All right, what else going on? What else?
Outside of the box, Drake and 21 Savage came out the album, and the album cover was actually a faux cover of them in front of with the Vogue logo, like almost like a Vogue cover. Vogue didn't really like that, so they actually asked them to take it down, and the judge ruled in their favor, so they have to change the look of that particular album cover.
Listen, I thought this rollout of this album, Her Loss, was one of the greatest marketing rollouts ever, and I would have thought Vogue would have played along with it. I mean, not only did he superimpose himself in an NPR Tiny Desk concert, he superimposed himself in a Howard Stern interview. He created a whole fake Vogue thing for it. It's like he was like, let's get press without getting press, so we don't have to do press. And I'm like, that's genius. Like, you just got all the press without really doing the press. But,
but if you're somebody who's up and coming or doesn't have those connections, then I get it. But the fact that they actually showed a picture of Drake and Anna Wintour a couple of years ago, it's not like Drake couldn't call and ask for, like, I mean, he might not have gotten it when they wanted it, but it's not like he couldn't have called and asked for a cover. He's fairly stylish, so it's like he could have pulled those strings. And some people would go for it, but this is also Vogue, which is, not an up and coming.
They want to protect their brand. I get it. Maybe he should have been. I'm not on Howard Stern. I'm on Howard Stein. This is not NPR's Tiny Desk. This is NBR's Tiny Desk. I mean, maybe change one thing about it. I don't know.
I mean,
hey, listen, it's her loss.
Oh my gosh.
Did any of you hear any of the songs?
No.
I did.
Yeah, the one where he's talking about Serena's husband or whatever.
In fact, I skipped through some of it because I actually like both of them. I think there was only one song I liked because some of it was just a little the language. The language.
I was listening to the whole album in the car the other day. You liked it? It's not bad.
Are you digging the album, TK? I mean, you're Canadian, and this is a fellow Canadian.
I feel like he's changing his, because he's been around for so long, and I feel like
I think it's time for him to go.
Wow.
I don't want to say that.
Drake.
Yeah.
Can I state my case? I'm going to state my case here.
Okay.
You don't want to stay at the party too long. It is time for Drake, and I love Drake. I apologize for, you can thank me later. I was like, who is this Degrassi kid going to come out with one of the dopest albums? Got me. But when you hang around the party too long, you start to, the newness starts to wear off of you. And I think Drake is hanging around the party a little too long. What I would like to see is a farewell album where he goes to every hood in the state and uplifts the upcoming and does songs with up and coming rappers. Like he'll go to Houston and get all the people on the ground in Houston, St. Louis, Atlanta, and just say thank you. This is my farewell tour, and do songs with all these other people to bring them up. And we can say goodbye to Drake while introducing a bunch of new artists into the mainstream at the same time. Great for music.
Drake is 36 years old. He's still a baby in the game. He doesn't need a farewell album.
Okay.
Maybe he can take some years off, pull a Savage X Fenty situation, come out with a line. But a farewell album at 36 years old?
50 Cent knew how to walk away.
But he's got to find something else.
Yes. He doesn't need anything else. He's got so much money.
Well, you know that he has bored. You know he has his own Sirius XM channel. You know that, right?
Does he?
Yeah. But I hear some of his music, but he has other artists that I've never even heard of. Some from France. There's this Smiley guy that I love that's also from Canada. But he has his own channel, and it does very well. And I was just thinking maybe he's going to focus on that down the road.
Yeah,
programming this channel.
I got
very Caribbean sounding. Tiki, have you heard it? That channel on Sirius XM?
Yeah, the OVO station. It's been around for quite some time.
Yeah.
He had the OVO festival that happened in Toronto where he highlighted a lot of different artists, but he doesn't need to curate the channel. Like for somebody like him, he could, he did come from an acting background and stuff like that, and we have seen him on SNL. So he can definitely pursue that if he wants. But I feel like he's in the position where he's passionate about music. And it really doesn't matter. Like, it's great if he sells a lot of copies, but he's positioned himself business-wise that even if he sells less copies, as long as he likes the music, it doesn't really, matter as far as, he's not necessarily kind of satisfied. And with the previous albums, maybe, not the last one. The last one was... But the ones before that, it was just very much satisfying. He knows how to make the hits. He has the formulas. Now I feel like he's doing and testing music according to what he wants to do. And maybe if he does take a hit, it's not going to be that, it's not going to affect him as far as an artist, as far as his legacy to this point.
Well, let's see if we can tune in to OVO Radio real quick and see.
I think it's really cool. I like it.
What they're playing. Oh, they're playing Nick Cannon. Oh, wow. Nick Cannon is everywhere, man. He's on OVO Radio. Oh, wow. All right, Nick Cannon, go ahead on OVO Radio. Wow. What else is going on, DK?
Oh, goodness. Well, speaking of Rihanna, so she had another song that dropped on the Black Panther soundtrack. She also said in an interview earlier this week that, everybody, because of the whole NFL thing, everybody's expecting new music. She's not guaranteeing that a new album is coming. So that's just an FYI. Everybody kind of went crazy and felt like a new album's coming. She's not saying that a new album's coming. So everybody needs to hold their horses. You already got 2 songs, so we don't know if an album's going to be coming in February. So, that was breaking news for Rihanna fans.
All right.
Listen, leave Rihanna alone. She's a mom. She's I'm going to give you this one song. You better love it. Which I do. I love the song from the Black Panther album.
Oh. Wakanda Forever, huh?
Wakanda Forever.
All right. All right. What else is going on, G?
So Kanye West, we've talked about him extensively, but now there have been some people who have been supporting him more, Kyrie Irving than Kanye West. But Louis Farrakhan has come out and said, he's in full support of Kanye West and Kyrie Irving, and what's happening to them is essentially like a modern day lynching. And they shouldn't be penalized for, how they feel and their opinions on things. So, a lot of people have been dropping Kanye, but there is one ally out there that is agreeing with Kanye.
Yeah, I love that. Mr. Louis Farrakhan, he doesn't care.
He says, stop telling them to shut up and dribble.
Right. Well, he's basically saying that a lot of these celebrities are living in fear to where and the fear is keeping them from being the true man that they want to be. And that man is someone like a Louis Farrakhan, not with his rhetoric, but a man who does not care.
Yeah.
And you can't take nothing away. And I think you look at Shaq, Charles Barkley, LeBron James, they have so much to lose. They got to walk a tight line, and they can't really speak up and be the man that they really... LeBron I think wants to be a leader, but only on HBO at 10 o'clock at night when the shop is on. That's the only time we get a real conversation on LeBron.
What job can you go into and be this way?
What way?
Where you can just go and speak your mind and say whatever. What job?
Well, 1580 KBLA talk. We do that here. We're very progressive here.
Well, obviously, but you know, that's the question. What job do you get to go into? And you know, for the most part, most jobs you're not even allowed to talk about politics or religion.
Okay, at some point, the money you've got to make enough money, right?
I'm not talking about money.
No, I'm just saying, eventually, well, the money is important because the money gives you a backstop to where when you start speaking your mind, you can say things that you don't have to worry about people taking. See, they're not speaking their mind not because their work environment, but they don't want to lose the money. If they lose the money, then they got a gravy train rolling. So they don't want to disturb the gravy train by speaking out on issues that don't have nothing to do with them. You know what I'm saying? Or they speak out very sideways, where it's like, what?
Well, I mean, you also have to remember that, you know, Malcolm X spoke his mind, and you know, it's kind of like whoever is agreeing with you at the moment, and you do run that risk, and you can take the risk if you want to, but you know, it's just kind of trying to establish your own. With Louis Farrakhan, he has essentially a whole organization and team that supports to bet that if he were to say something counter to that, what he has been saying for the last, 20 plus years, he probably wouldn't be in the current position. So we all have to answer to somebody in some sort of way. Not saying that Kanye was good.
Look at TK making a great point over here. Very great point, TK. Yeah, you're right. The Nation of Islam, if Louis Farrakhan show up with a white woman, you know what I'm saying? They may not be with him.
Consequences and repercussions.
Yep. You know what I'm saying? You're like, hey, we need to expand our horizons.
And there ain't going to be no love is love in the nation.
Right,
love who you want. Nah,
we got to find out what's going on with centerin.co when we come forward. The big website having the big sale, I think. I don't know. I'm still waiting on my package, but maybe you can order yours right away. We'll get to that when we come forward. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
Say the quiet part out loud. KBLA Talk 1580.
Wakanda Forever. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News, brought to you by LA Care Health Plan. This is the week we have all awaited. The highly anticipated sequel to Black Panther is set to release this week in theaters, Wakanda Forever, starring Tina Huerta, Michael B. Jordan, Leticia Wright, Lupita Nyong'o, to name a few. Now, Black Panther made about $202 million in 2018 on opening weekend. Do you think that this sequel will do the same? Tweet us to let us know at KBLA 1580. And thanks to our new sponsors, LA Care Health Plan, the largest publicly operated health plan in the country, is pleased to announce that its LA Care covered product has the most affordable rates across all metal levels in Los Angeles County. And thanks to an extension of federal subsidies, some members will have premiums as low as $0 a month. Log on to lacare.org.
Did you know fixing outdoor leaks can save water per day? Even tiny leaks can be huge water wasters. Conserving water starts with a few simple water-saving actions at home and in your yard, like adjusting your sprinklers and adding drip irrigation so you water only where it's needed. We can all do our part to conserve water. Visit SaveOurWater.com for more water-saving tips. Save water, save California.
You're the victim of a car accident. Who goes to bat for you is crucial. We're MVP Accident Attorneys, the personal injury pros. Hiring the right law firm could be the difference between a rewarding settlement and striking out. When it comes to getting the maximum compensation you deserve, our team hits it out of the park. Call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys at 833-MVP-WINS for a free case review. Call 833-MVP-WINS.
Call on me, your MVP.
The Institute for Diversity Certification is all about the 3 Ds: dedication, determination, and discipline. Learn more about our globally recognized diversity certification program today by calling 1-800-983-6192. Again, 1-800-983-6192. or visit diversitycertification.org. As the #1 organization for certified diversity professionals and also certified diversity executive credentials, diversitycertification.org will provide an opportunity for you to demonstrate determination to make progress and more discipline to your process. Go today and learn more about the diversity certification system. Call 1-800-983-6192. Again, 1-800-983-6192. Or go to diversitycertification.org. That's diversitycertification.org. The standard of excellence, equity, diversity, and inclusion.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where everybody is somebody and nobody is a stranger. You belong here.
There is a website that you need to check out, centerend.co, where you can go and get CBD candles, body scrubs, body oils, facials, all kind of great stuff that TK makes with love and care. Although, still waiting on my package, man. I done checked with the post office and nothing. They ain't said nothing. But you know what? We'll say that for another conversation. And I guess I got to be Nick Cannon to get a package. What's going on the website, centerend.co, where we have a lot of great stuff going on?
So we are officially into the holiday season. Black Friday sale is going to be dropping on Monday. So buy one, get one 50% off. So you can check that out. You're going to use the code BLACK. So we have our Christmas gift boxes that you can send to family and friends. Ooh. So if you are going to mail it to other folks, I would suggest getting it in early to get so they get it by Christmas. So in the gift box, we have a massage candle, body butter, body scrub, and body wash in a nice package box with a bow. And you can also add a custom note to that as well.
I like you got the Mary Jane collection, which are CBD candles. I love that. And then if you, I like how you have a little educational thing, you know, the benefits of using facial oil, and benefits of a lot of products you have on there. All right, centerend.co, big Black Friday sale happening. Type in the word black. Is that right?
That is correct.
All right, TK. I will let you go to that job that I got you. And listen, you make sure you sing my praise up there, okay?
Will do, always.
I'll talk to you next week. Real quick, let's go to James.
This is not James from Watch. This is James from the Watch House.
Oh, from the Watch House.
Change my name. Change my name.
Yes, James from the Watch House.
My name.
Yes, James upset with me because I said Farrakhan, if he showed up with a white woman, the Nation of Islam would turn on him. But he would never do that, though.
There's some things we can talk and have jokes about. But some people who have done nothing but try to uplift his people should never be made fun of or joked about.
Did we joke about Farrakhan?
Just bottom line.
I said, well, no, I don't. I guess in jest we were saying that I was piggybacking off of TK's point about being held accountable. There's always somebody being held accountable, and Farrakhan is being held accountable to his people, which is the Nation of Islam.
But I'm saying, if you done made enough money in this society, you don't have to be held accountable to nobody.
Right, but what's enough money?
LeBron is a billionaire. LeBron's a billionaire. Who does he need to worry about if he say something, what they gonna do?
Well, his story's not over yet. And then,
but he has enough. But he has enough. But if you cannot speak in a free society as they claim, because if you make a spoken word that they don't like, they're gonna ostracize you.
You can speak. You can speak.
But obviously you can. Look at Kyrie.
No.
Kyrie didn't tell him, hey, check this out.
No. But you
check this movie out.
You can speak. There just are repercussions for your speech at the end of the day. And you have to be prepared for that.
You don't have free speech then. Then they need to
change. You do got free speech. You have free speech.
How can you have free speech if you're going to have repercussions?
But that's what free speech is, though. Like you're free to say whatever you. No. You listen. You're free to say whatever you want to say, but people don't have to like it.
It means you don't have anything to come back.
No, that's not free.
Wait a second. Hold on. So you're saying people can come and call you the N-word all day long, and there should be no consequences or repercussions for those people?
I mean, if I feel like I'm in, then I'm going to react that way.
There should be no consequence or repercussions.
Hold on. People are going to say what they want. There are going to be consequences, but there's different contexts. If you had enough money in this world, you don't have to worry about what people say or do. If you make a comment, F them. I'm saying for me, if somebody call me an N, I'm going to look at them like, well, I'm not a nigga, so why worry about it?
I mean, that's the way I look at it. I mean, you know.
I'm not going to worry about what somebody call me because, you know, like the song said, I'll be an N for life.
So you feel like, let's just take our president. President Biden stands up in front of everybody, and he's like, you think he should keep his job?
If the man's going to say it, he's going to say it.
Do you feel like he should still continue to be your president, though?
He ain't my president no way. He ain't doing nothing.
All right, James, I'm going to let you go. Okay, I'm going to let you go on that one.
That's funny.
I'll let you go on a high note on that one. Yeah. I mean, listen, you have free speech.
There are consequences.
You have free speech in this country. You can say whatever you want and nobody, within reason. I mean, you still can't go around and create situations that cause panic because then that's a detriment to society and that's disturbing the peace. But you can say whatever you want outside of causing hysteria, and nobody's going to arrest you. Nobody's going to lock you up or charge you with a crime. So you do have free speech, but you got to understand people don't have to like what you say, or they don't even have to interpret what you're saying the way you say it.
And they don't have to continue to work with you. If I'm employing you, I do not have to continue to do that if I don't like what you're saying.
Yeah.
And point blank, period.
Oh, yeah, you know, we missed you yesterday. We were talking about the evictions. I was like, Shantae's happy.
Yeah.
Some guy, you know, that guy killed
Somebody
himself.
held up the freeway or something.
Yeah.
We were like, I was trying to.
Yeah. I was like, see, Shantae? See, and you want to evict people.
She's got to make a living, too. Like, really, you can't let people live there for free.
Can I just tell you guys?
Yes.
I've never evicted anyone.
Oh, okay.
I've never even served a 3-day notice.
Oh, you just hit with that evil eye threats or something like that? Like,
listen, sometimes I'm mean.
Do you think you're going to evict anybody? Oh, you're sweet. You're sweet.
I have all black people living in my unit.
Mm-hmm. That's what you want.
Look at
you
over here creating a little Wakanda community.
I take a lot of heat, but that is one thing, is luxury in the hood. We need nice places to stay too, and they give me a lot of crap. Some of these black people, I'll be like, you know what? This is exactly why you are where you are, and I'm gonna leave you right over here. But I don't know if I even have it in me.
Jerry, we're gonna get to your phone call when we come forward. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Doug Davis, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Brooklyn Nets owner Joe Tsai met with Kyrie Irving and his family yesterday, saying that they spent quality time together to understand each other and stressed it's clear Kyrie does not have any beliefs of hate toward Jewish people or any group. Irving was suspended for a minimum of 5 games by the Nets for what he posted. The CDC says Tennessee